Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Black Emoji here, and I thought I would talk about my thoughts on the Raw split brand of WWE and SmackDown split brand of the WWE. Now we're gonna talk about Raw first, and then we'll get right straight to SmackDown. My thoughts on Raw, man. I thought it was pretty cool how Mick Foley came out and was with Stephanie, and they brought all the superstars on front of the stage. And they were talking about opportunities, and they were talking about the new era and stuff like that. And then right after that, Stephanie, she announced the Universal Championship, of course. So it's gonna be another main title besides the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. There's gonna be another one for Raw, and then the one that Dean Ambrose won for SmackDown is going to stay on SmackDown. But we're going to get more to that later on in the video. I thought it was pretty cool how, Mick Foley brought him out. And then he announced the match, of the participants. I think the participants was Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and I think Rusev was in it, and Finn Balor. I thought that match was very freaking amazing. It was a lot of competing in that match, a lot of sweat, and just a lot of duking out of that match. You know what I mean? They were really fighting hard out there. And Finn Balor ended up taking the win. He ended up winning it. And then you had another fatal four-way where it was Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Chris Jericho. Now, I thought that match was amazing too, but Roman Reigns ended up taking that one. And then it ended up being Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. I thought that match was great too. Finn Balor and Roman Reigns really took it to each other. They really got it down, and they were throwing down, and Finn Balor ended up being a better man in that match. And Roman Reigns even said, "Look, man, I hope Finn Balor wins against Seth Rollins, so that he could face him again, because he respects the hell out of him." Which I don't blame Roman for saying that. I mean, Finn Balor is, a spectacular wrestler. He's been all around the world and in Japan and all that stuff. So Roman kind of knew what he was getting himself into. And let's talk about the New Day and of this whole Sonny Boy stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. I was kind of cracking up with that. And then you had what was his name? And then you had Mr. Perfect's son. Can't really remember his name, but he was versing, who was he versing? I'm trying to remember. I think he was versing... He was versing, Adrian Neville. There we go. He was versing Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville's return was pretty legit, too. I thought that was pretty cool. Adrian Neville really proved that, he wasn't going to let some time off, reckon with his moves and stuff like that. He's still the Gravity Forgot guy. And then you had, the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson attacking the New Day. I thought that was pretty, that was pretty shockish, because I did not expect that at all. And the funniest part of them all was when Bob Backlund was going ham on Goldust and R-Truth for playing Pokemon Go. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Bob Backlund was going off on Darren Young, and Darren Young was trying to calm him down, but that didn't work. And of course, Sasha Banks versus Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte. There we go. Versus Charlotte, and that was a spectacular match too. Shout outs to shout out to that match, man. That match really was something. You know, there was no telling who was gonna win between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks won that match though. But that was a great match. Great match, and there was some crying involved and all that between Sasha and her holding the championship. I thought that was cool. But yeah, man. My thoughts on the Raw show. It was pretty great, man. It was great. I enjoyed it 100%. I loved the show. It was awesome. And you know, I really would like to see what Raw can bring more to the table. You know, I really would like to see how Raw is gonna, you know, take its course of you know, throughout the weeks and all that stuff. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. Now let's talk about SmackDown next. SmackDown is my next agenda. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Let's see if I could. I'm trying to link to the video of Okay. Now, SmackDown. I would like to say, you know, SmackDown. It was okay. I mean, I didn't think it was as good as Raw. Raw really, you know, took it to SmackDown kinda, but SmackDown, I thought it was pretty cool how Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon came out and had the superstars inside the side and you know, into the ring and the back of the ring and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And they introduced, you know, people who was in the I think it was a 6-pack match. It was Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles. I think Baron Corbin was in it. And Apollo Crews had to earn his spot, so he won that. And you know, and then it ended up being Dolph Ziggler, Apollo Crews, John Cena, and AJ Styles. You know, between them, man, that was a phenomenal match. That was a really great match. But Dolph Ziggler ended up taking it all, man. He ended up stealing the show. I honestly thought Apollo Crews was gonna have that, since they did Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. It would only make sense to make Apollo Crews, you know, win that, you know, so it could be even throughout the new era. But you know, hey, I guess I was wrong. You know, Dolph Ziggler took it. You know, I thought Apollo Crews was gonna win that though, but and then let's talk about Randy Orton. How he versed The Miz. Let's talk about the 2 RKOs that the Randy Orton put on The Miz. I thought that was pretty funny. And then you had the Heath Slater talking to Shane McMahon. Heath Slater, you know, trying to go out the ring and say, hey, you know, I'm the hottest free agent right now. And guess what, guys? SmackDown, come to find out, Rhino is getting signed to SmackDown. I mean, Rhino's a free agent right now, but he's getting signed to SmackDown. And Shane's like, hey, man, you know, he's coming to SmackDown. And also, another match was Alberto Del Rio, one of the Usos, Kane, Eric Rowan, Kalisto, and, you know, all the rest of the people that was in the Battle Royal. I think, yeah, Apollo Crews won that one to earn a spot. I thought that match was phenomenal, too. But, you know, Kane, Alberto Del Rio, and them. I thought that match was pretty cool. And, what was I going to talk about? Oh, and let's talk about Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin is making his huge return, guys, to SmackDown. You know, so it looks like SmackDown's picking up on the rosters, though. You know, you know, they got Rhino and then you got Shelton Benjamin. You know, it makes us think, what other free agents are out there? Like, are there more free agents coming that we don't know about? Because Rhino was a surprise. Shelton Benjamin was definitely one of a surprise that I did not expect. You know, that was really a shocker. Now, that was unexpected. You know, so I would like to see the outcome of SmackDown and how it does in a few weeks as well. And let's talk about Natalya and Becky Lynch. I thought that was an awesome match too. Becky Lynch took it to Natalya. I thought that was a good match too. And then we're gonna talk about all the divas that came out. You know, you got Eva Marie, you got Carmella, you got Alexa Bliss, and then you got you know, who else was out there? I'm trying to think of who else was out there that came out. Because it was after Becky Lynch won against Natalya, and Becky Lynch was like, "Oh, you can call me Becky Balboa, baby," stuff like that. Yeah, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and you got Naomi. There we go. Naomi came out. You know, all those girls came out, and it just had you look at the sneak peek of which to come on the SmackDown Divas roster. You know, the SmackDown Divas roster is looking pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's almost just as good as Raw's Divas superstars, but the SmackDown's Divas is looking pretty good with the new era most of them or new eras. You know, SmackDown Divas or most likely new era girls that basically are trying to shine and get their name out there. But yeah, man, my thoughts on SmackDown and Raw, you know, I'm gonna give my honest opinion though. You know, and I want you guys to tell me in the comment section below what you think of which show was better throughout the bunch. And my honest opinion though, guys, I would have to say Raw was better. Just for the simple fact of, you know, it just had more creativity to it. And they kind of just rode with the flow. Was that as of SmackDown? It kind of like, it was rolling with the flow, but not as much. They were trying a little too hard. I didn't really see, you know, much creativity going on there. And the Dolph Ziggler winning that whole thing was kind of a letdown too. I kind of thought that they were going to let Apollo Crews get some of the shine, but hey, it's their company. They can do whatever they want to do. But that's just my opinion, though. I would think Apollo Crews should have took it there, so it would have been even with Raw. You know, that would have been a huge excitement if Apollo Crews would have took it all. But I'm ending this video though, guys. As always, punch that subscribe button in the face. Y'all know what's up with that. Stalk my like buttons. And share this video with your friends. Yeah, share this video with your friends, man. Your heart and soul depends on it. But it's your boy Black Emoji, discussing about the Raw and SmackDown show. Signing out. Peace.